to the side. Anyway. I love how it doesn't show like a preview or anything. Let's let the people welcome on in. Yes. No distractions. No. Let's see. I wish I can change the there it is. It's better. I wonder if it says anything. Oh, she sent me one. Period. I wonder. Welcome on in. Oh, shoot. Ooh. Hold up. So many cards just came out. Hold on. Feel free to say what's up in the chat. That's the only difference. So even with power coming in, oh my goodness, you guys, like power is saying, come on in, step into your power, your divine sovereignty. Like this is literally the time to do so. It's one of those things where, you know how you just sit back and be like, dang, why am I playing with my power? Why am I giving my power away? So setting those boundaries and saying, I am a goddess. I am a divine feminine goddess. Not speaking, not what am I saying? Not forgetting our power, not stepping into our sovereignty, not forgetting who we are. Stepping fully into ourselves, unapologetically, unabashedly, and not care who it makes anybody uncomfortable. Oh, come on, confidence. Period. So I want to wait until we have some people in because I like to make this interactive. So I think this is really just the time to step on out. And like I said, like having the confidence, even with the confidence in stepping on out, not forgetting who you are. And like I said, even with power and confidence, a lot of times when we are confident and we step into our power, it will make a lot of people outside of us very uncomfortable. But the thing is, that is none of your concern. Other people's perception of you is not of none of your concern. Other people's perception of you should not be in your mind playing like, oh, I feel bad for this person, how I'm making them feel because I'm making them feel uncomfortable. No. It's one of those things where you literally have to just step into your totality of who you are and not care how it makes other people perceive you. Because at the end of the day, these people will be uncomfortable with your confidence. They will be uncomfortable with your power because these people have not met themselves, deeply as much as you have met yourself, right? And even Scorpius, retribution. I just came across Scorpio today. So like the energy of scorpionic energy is just like going down to the depths. And when we think of Scorpio energy is very much like, I am going to go to the depths of you. Like, I want to know who you are at your core, who you are at your, on a soul level. So like the facades, all of those things that like a lot of us, like society has tricked us into believing that we need labels, we need all of these different things in order to like survive in this world. Scorpionic energy will cut all the BS. Scorpionic energy will be like, no, I want to know who you are at your soul level. That's it, and that's all. And then even with justice, this is a time of great justice. This is the time of balance. Even with the Libra full moon coming up as well, we're still in a shadow. Oh, it's past the shadow. But even with the Libra full moon, it was very much karmic balance. So even with the karmic justice, now is a time for us to receive our justice, right? So say, for example, you've been living life and it's been very much like, oh, like, overgiving, people pleasing your way, right? People have been taking advantage of your kindness. People have been taking advantage of all the things that you were giving to them, and they weren't pouring back into your own cup. Now, justice is here and it's saying, like, no, it's time for you to receive all the things that you've been giving out. All the love that you've been pouring out freely, it's time for you to receive that. It's time for you to break free. Look at freedom. It's time for you to break free from the confines of your comfort zone, of playing the role of of people pleasing, of overgiving, and also being in environments that is chaotic for you. It's time to free yourself. You do not need to be living in an environment that does not serve you anymore. This could be a friendship. This could be a relationship. This could be a job. It no longer serves you anymore. It's time for you to go. So, especially when I say this a lot, people don't understand. When I say this, I'm like, listen, a lot of times when we are ushered out of spaces and places, it's because we've outgrown those spaces and places. A lot of times we could take those things personally and we'll be like, why did this person turn on me? Why did this person turn on me? And it's just like, no, like, these people were right. These people were doing you a favor. It was necessary for them to betray you. It was necessary for them to, do all these things to you. And instead of taking it personally, we can look at in hindsight and be like, wait, wow, you actually allowed me to know who I am at my core. You actually allowed me to know the full of me, right? And like I said, as sovereign beings, we're always put in situations and places where, say, for example, you've been over giving away your power, and you haven't been receiving that back. We're always put into these situations where it's time for a divine intervention to happen, because that friendship, that relationship, that job has not been giving you exactly what you've been pouring into their cup. I just said this analogy before, and I was just like, it's almost like one of those things where you have a whole overflow, like a full ocean of love to give somebody, and they only can give you a drop of water from their little cup. They can only give you a drop of water. So it's being mindful, right? Some people cannot meet you as deep as you have met yourself because they haven't met themselves as deeply as you have met yourself, right? So it's not taking that shit personally, like, and having the strength. Listen, having the strength to walk away, having the strength to leave people behind, right? Having the strength to cut ties, right? Very much cut ties. It is not necessary for you to stay in environments that no longer serve you. It is not necessary for you to do that, right? A lot of times we be over here like, oh, I have to stay because this is my family and da 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 da. Oh, I've known her for like years and years. I went to school with her and we had this whole relationship. No, cut ties. That's why you drain now. Every time you talk to this person, guess what? This person drain you. Every time you talk to this person, it's like this person is not pouring back into your vessel. This person is not pouring back into your soul. That's why it's having the strength to walk away. People think that when you quit, it's weakness. No, you remember who the fuck you were, right? You remember your worth. And so by you remembering your worth, what happens? You're able to walk away from a job, a dead end job. You're able to walk away from a dead end relationship, a dead end friendship. because it's not reciprocal, right? So we have to be mindful of that. If we're just constantly just settling for breadcrumbs, then guess what? We'll expect the universe to give us more breadcrumbs, and we'll just be clapping, girl, like a fool. And I'm saying this because I'm like, I've done this. So true. I'm done with everyone. Hope to leave this area of family soon. Emma, I'm right there with you, girlie. I am right there with you. I am done. When I tell you I am done, I'm tired. I am still living in my childhood home. So I feel that exactly same, like the deep need to like have my own independence, have my own space, and to leave. When I tell you, and you're going to have a lot of people around you that's going to take it personally. Like I said, other people's perception of you is not your concern. Other people's uncomfortability is not your concern. A lot of times we be sitting down like, no, we're blood. We got it. Family over everything. That's what be taking people out. You understand? You look at you watch these movies and these shows, and they be like, oh, it's family over everything. I can't betray my family. And they be the first one to get exit out of that show. They be the first ones. Why do we do this to ourselves? Nobody said that. We have to be mindful of spaces and places that are not good for our health. And I can speak even on a personal level where it's just like, I'm done. Enough is enough. Energetically, it's not compatible anymore. Like, yes, already feeling weird energy from a lot of people, and that's you awakening. Like I said, the divine feminine is awakening. And what do we think about divine feminine? Here's the thing with divine feminine energy, generations and generations, divine feminine energy has been spat on, executed, all of these things. You understand? Like, we were grown up in society that taught us that masculinity was the way to go. Masculinity is where we need to be in masculine energy. No, divine feminine has been overlooked, underappreciated, taken advantage of. Look at all these women that's been happening with it. Look at society. How society treats women. It's divine feminine, and now divine feminine is reclaiming the power that was taken away from us. Or even, I wouldn't even say taken away from us, because it was tricked, like society has tricked us into believing that our power was taken away from us. No, it's not taken away from us. Society just taught us into not believing in our power, not to step fully into our power. But I'm talking to you, Emma, too. It's like, listen, like, we have all that we need to go into the driver's seat of our lives. And when we go into the driver's seat of our lives, now you will start to see the people that was manipulating us, the people that was gaslighting us into believing that we are not worthy. We are not worthy of the life that we desire. When we are worthy, we are truly worthy of that. And now, like, at the bottom of the deck was patience. It's really having the patience, because even with me, I was just like, girl, I'm tired. I am so ready. I am so ready. Okay. Like, and I felt that in my soul. I'm just like, I'm seeing a lot of, like, when I say the wool is being pulled over our eyes after Libra season, y'all know Monday was hell for me. But I thank God. Really see situations in the way we behave so different can't explain. That's the thing, though. So even pay attention to that. It's the way that we behave, because somebody even told me this when I was in a different environment, and she was just like, pay attention to how you behave when you're in different environments and situations, right? Say, for example, you're around somebody and you just move your leg to the side and you conform, like, energetically you did that, like, on a sense of like playing small, or like in a situation where it's about to be combative or conflicting, and because you don't want to you want to keep the peace, what do? You try to be the peacemaker. Oh no, we can all be friends. No, that bitch don't like you. That person don't like you, and you can say it how it is. You got to stay away and remove yourself. Literally, ain't no keeping the peace, because the peace only benefits them. It doesn't benefit you. It's one-sided, right? Yup, LOL, exactly. Every time you hear is, oh, keep the peace, keep the peace. Hell no, I'm not keeping the peace no more. I'm finna say what the hell I need to say. Because here's the thing, when you don't say what's on your chest, that hurts you. It doesn't hurt them. Now you have all this resentment, deep rooted resentment in your body, in your heart, in your stomach. You know where anger resides? In the stomach, in your gut. And then we talk about overweight. No, that's all energetic. All of those are emotions, emotionally tied. And that's why you see why a lot of people aren't able to lose a lot of weight, because it's not physically, it's spiritually, it's energetically, right? You see, when we go through depression, what do? We eat, emotionally eat, right? Because, and to escape that feeling. That's why people gain weight. That's why we gain weight. That's why it's all of that is tied to emotion. So we have to be mindful. And it says, spirit of air, a favorable wind is blowing on your life. Now that you have awakened, it's one of those things where this is why you have to be aware of what's happening right now. Because now that you're awakening to everything around you, it's necessary for you to be removed from these people, places, and spaces, because they no longer serve you. And now when there's blessings coming into your life, Emma, it's one of those things where it's like, when the blessings come, these people can't be around you. I always say this. These people cannot be around you when these blessings come, because there will be an overflow. And what happens when there's an overflow of in your life, and you got people that's trying to roach off of it, when they didn't even pour anything into the cup, but they want to feed off of it. This is why you have to be aware of people that's around you. Look, pay attention to the energy, because energy doesn't lie. We have to be mindful, because this is our protection. The heart's wisdom, utilizing your heart chakra. And this is why I say, like, yes, you'll hear people say forgiveness. It's necessary to forgive, but it's also utilizing your heart. What is your heart telling you? Because our mind will tell us, oh no, this is family. They would never do this to me. Oh, this is my friend. I've known her for 20 years. She would never do this to me. That's mind telling you that shit. Your mind will be like, you need to protect you. You can know, you have to say goodbye. It's gonna hurt. You will grieve. You will cry. You will do all of those things. But you literally have to allow yourself. That's why what's coming up? It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. A lot of us, we're scared to let go of an old version of our lives. So what happens is, because of nostalgia, because of all of these memories that we're tied to, it's almost like our phones, and we have all these pictures of people that are no longer in our lives. Why are we still having pictures with people that are no longer in our lives anymore? They over here living rent free in our phones. And I'm talking to myself too. I'm like, I'm gonna delete all of this shit, because it's no longer necessary. I'm no longer tied to these people no more. But we hold that. We be like, no, the memories, we went through so much, but it's time for you. We outgrow people every day. Every day you are changing into a different version of yourself. Right? So it's being mindful of that. And it says, listen to the call of your heart, your guide in love. This is not a logical life that we should be living. The mind only helps us remember and organize things. Your heart is the one that leads you, right? Praying, asking God to help me move. Really hate it where I am. I've let it all go. I'm so peaceful and not caring anymore. It took a while to get here though. Oh, I'm praying. I'm praying with you. Emma, here, listen, when I tell you I resonate in my being and my entire soul with what you just said. Trust and believe. That's why I literally had to get outside of my comfort zone and get on live right now. This is the first time I'm on live. I resonate in my being that I've outgrown my environment. It's time for me to move and leave. And like you said, it took years to get there. Exactly, because here's the thing. Previous versions of ourselves has manifested all the things that we've had right now. But the thing is, we have to be mindful of letting go of the things that we manifested, letting go of all of those things, because we don't need it anymore. Now, when Spirit is asking us to walk into a new season of our lives, we have to be mindful and be like, let that shit go. I just don't give a damn no more. Listen, Emma, we here. We are here. Listen, I agree. When I tell you I don't care, I'm telling Spirit, you can burn this shit all down to the ground. Do you hear me? I am done. Yes. I'm so serious. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Like, and that's the thing, because this is something that somebody has even told me. And it was just like, your seeds cannot grow in an environment that it doesn't want to grow in. Like, if God has asked God, because one, God didn't even ask you to plant that seed in that fucking unhealthy ass environment. That's why it hasn't been growing. That's why you've been met with so much resistance. It's time to move. We are not a tree. That's what somebody said, baby. We are not a tree. We can move, y'all. We actually can move. And this is what I'm telling myself too. I'm like, baby, I can move. I can get the fuck up out. So guess what? I'm gonna have to do whatever I need to do to get myself out of here. Like, I'm disciplining myself, and I'm like, okay, let me save money. What do I need to do? Let me lock in. Let me lock in. It's time. Because if you are feeling this uncomfortability, it's a reason. Your spirit is saying it's time for you to go. And guess what? If you keep on not listening to it, guess what's going to happen? Dumb people around you going to activate, and they're going to make it even more uncomfortable for you, because you got to put some pep in your step. You just for right now, not to say you got to live your entire life in this, in this like survival mentality, because right now we're surviving our environment. I resonate. Like I said, I'm still in my childhood home, and I know I'm manifesting a place for me. I need to be in my independent era. Yes, uncomfortableness. Yes, it's true. But what happens in uncomfortableness? We start to grow and expand and contort our bodies. And we're like, oh my goodness. Yes, you start to do all of those things. Why? Because you feel it. You're like, okay, wow. Okay, yeah. It's like a lady, I said a ladybug. Same thing, but it's like a butterfly. It starts off as a caterpillar, and guess what happens? The caterpillar overeats. Everything that it does, it just eats, 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 eats. It eats the leaves. It eats all of these things. That's the only goal. It's just to eat until I feel satisfied. That's the only goal of a caterpillar. Nothing else. After you done ate and you done gained all this weight, and then now you like, okay, shit, I'm gonna go to sleep. Solitude. What is that? Hermit mode. I done accumulated all this information. I done accumulated all of these things to know thyself, and astrology, numerology, and all of these things to learn more about myself. Now I'm going to hermit mode. Now I have to integrate all the things that I've learned. And this space is a little uncomfortable, because I'm like, shit, like I kind of outgrew all the things that I placed myself into. The labels I placed myself into. I grew all of these things just like a caterpillar. That shit is uncomfortable. You think that shit's sweet? No. That caterpillar in that cocoon is not comfortable. But guess what? It's growing. It's growing wings, because what's next? Turning into a butterfly. And what happens to a butterfly? You can't help the caterpillar break out of its shell. That caterpillar has to break that out of that cocoon. It's by itself. You cannot help it. Just like a flower, you cannot help a flower bloom. It has to do it on itself. So even with you, Emma, you have to do it on yourself. How badly do you want to get out where you at? So what you finna do about it? And to anybody else watching this, how badly do you want this? What are you finna do about it? Right? Same with me. How badly do I want it? What am I finna do about it? Right? I'm finna bust this cocoon out, and I'm finna spread my fucking wings. You feel me? I am finna fly, because here's the thing. There is a creative fire that is within us, right? Because what came out is sacred sexuality, and also creative fire. So bad, outgrown where I'm at. Yes. Yes. I have to. Trust me. But this energy, this creative energy, is literally in the depths of us. And it's time for it to come out. Because this is why, Emma, I don't know if you're creative right now, but if you do anything artistically, or if you create anything, draw, sing, music, any kind of art, whatever it is, there's creative fire that is within us in our womb space, right? In our sacral chakra, in our solar plexus, all of these areas, it's right here, right here at the bottom. But it's allowing that creative space to come out, because here's the thing, our creativity cannot, I am creative. Okay, there we go. Your creativity cannot flourish in an environment that you have to survive. Can I say that again? Your creativity cannot flourish in an environment that you have to survive. Because what is creative energy? Creative energy is divine feminine energy. That's why I said this is the divine feminine, awakening of the divine feminine. Creativity is divine feminine. And in order for a woman to be fully in her divine feminine state, she has to get out of survival mode. After she gets out of survival mode, then she's able to rest in ease and take in all the inspiring thoughts and ideas. Then it can be expansive. She can literally just flow, and then boom, she can create life, create art, create whatever. But it starts off with, like I said, doing what is necessary for you to do to get up out of that situation. Like even with me, I'm saying I'm doing whatever I need to do. I'm not relying on one sole income. Nope. If I need to get 2 jobs, I need to get 3 jobs, I will do what I need to do. You see, but that's masculine energy. I'm talking about masculine energy, right? Going out there and getting it. Going out there and getting it. So I can create a space for my feminine energy to thrive and allow myself to be creative. Get out of the rat race. But in order for me to get out of the rat race, I have to do what's necessary and take divine action towards my goals. That's masculine energy. Build a foundation, build a house so my feminine energy can turn that house into a home. And that's how the balance of both divine masculine and divine feminine energy. But right now, divine feminine energy has to awaken. And even with that awaken, it's the rage, right? You feeling how you feeling? Feel that anger, feel that rage, feel that resentment. It's necessary because society has taught us to believe that our energy and our passion is aggression and is bad. No. There is a reason why you feel the way you feel. There's a reason why you feel uncomfortable. There's a reason why you feel resentment. There's a reason why you feel anger in your environment. Feeling like all these years I had to fucking fight and ain't nothing happened. Feeling like all these years I had to fight. You know, feeling exhausted. Feeling like every time I met with resistance, what is going on? Because even me, I felt that way. But it's necessary for you to feel these feelings, because as you feel these feelings, it gives you, you are correct. I'm feeling angry, stuck, tired. No, me, same. I understand it, Emma, and I'm sending so much love your way. Trust me, I am there with you. Okay, there's a reason why it's just me and you up in here in this live. You had to get all of this, okay? Listen, that's why I opened up this reading for everybody. But I know in divine time, it's time for me to remember my worth and be like, okay, here's my offering guidance to people that are in transition. Because I love this. I'm always caught in spaces and places where it's, thank you. You are so welcome. I'm always caught in certain spaces and places to help guide people to remember who they are, because I reflect back yourself, right? So it's like remembering that. But I just feel like even with this creativity, like it's just burning inside of you. And this is why I said, like, you can utilize anger to create art. You can utilize anger. You can utilize rage to manifest. But here's the thing. We have to go deeper and be like, why am I angry? We can't blame anybody outside of us, right? Because really we're mad at ourselves for settling. We're mad at ourselves for getting too comfortable. We're mad at ourselves for playing small. We're mad at ourselves for accepting bare minimum. We're mad at ourselves. We're not mad at anybody outside of us because they did whatever they did, but we accepted what they did. We accepted what they gave us. We didn't have to accept that shit. If it's breadcrumbs, it's bare minimum, I can say no. So we're mad at the previous versions of ourselves that said yes to bare minimum, that said yes to the breadcrumbs. We're mad at the previous version of ourselves. But here's the thing. We should love all previous versions of ourselves, because the previous version of ourselves had to do whatever they needed to do to get to where we're at now. Like you said, you had to do years, Emma, to get to where you're at now. That's how you thank previous version of ourselves. You have to thank previous version of yourself to do what she had to do that was necessary to get to where you are now. It's necessary. So you have to love on all versions of ourselves. Now that you know better, you can do better, right? Now that you know what is bare minimum and what is breadcrumbs, you can say hell no. You can say no. Nobody says you got to say yes. You can say no right now. And that's when it starts with setting boundaries. Because once you start setting boundaries, then guess what? Just how you're uncomfortable, everybody around you will be uncomfortable as well. Because they're not going to be used to this current version of you, Emma. You're changing, you're growing, right? So as you change and grow, now other people outside of you is going to be like, who the hell is this Emma? This Emma said no to me. I always get what I want with Emma. What's going on? I used to always take advantage of Emma. Why is she saying no now? This is how you know you're awakening, right? Because once you start saying no, then guess what? You'll be able to see who was actually manipulating you and gaslighting you into believing that it was an equal give and take. It wasn't an equal give and take. They were manipulating you. No, you were overgiving and they was taken. And they was taken. They didn't care. So now you're able to see everybody around you in the way that they move. Yes, neighbors are acting weird. Yes, I'm not putting up with crap no more. I deserve better. Exactly. Yes. But now that you're aware of it, now you see, because now once you start setting boundaries, you'll be able to see how people start looking at you, because it's like, what's going on? They feel it energetically, because now you're coming back into your sovereignty. Now you're remembering who the F you are. And as you remember who you are, guess what? People don't know how to step to you anymore, because now you know your worth. Like this one was coming out, worthiness, Atete, goddess Atete, worthiness. You know who you are. Now you can be more selfish, be the selfish be that you are, and you should be selfish because this is your life to live. People say you shouldn't be self-centered. Why shouldn't you be self-centered? Isn't this your life? Shouldn't you be the center of your own life? We should not be allowing other people to be the main character of our own life. I'm saying this because I used to do this. I used to be like, you be the main character of my life and I'll be the side character. I'll push you up. That's what previous versions of Petra used to do. That is what previous version of Petra used to do. They no longer speak with me. LOL. Thank God. Bunch of idiots. Let them be idiots, because that's how you know. They don't need, because you can see it through their actions. Now the words mean nothing. When I tell you, because as I awaken, especially when my divine feminine awoken, it was one of those things where it was like, baby, I'm not trying to hear the words, because I used to fall in love so much with the words, and you can speak to me nicely. Listen, I'm a poetic at heart. I love communication. I love the words. But I used to be met with so much disappointment when the words were not meeting the actions. It was not matching the actions. And I said, girl, F that. F what you got to say. If it's not portrayed in your actions, I don't want to hear it. And that's Aries energy. I don't know if y'all got some fire in y'all, because my passion is ignited. Okay. But that's when I said enough is enough. I'm not doing that no more. It's too much talking. What are you finna do about it? You talking like, they don't want to hear what you want to say. They know, yes, didn't realize it before, really seeing stuff different. I am an Aries. Listen, I knew it. I said, listen, Emma, see, I'm a Leo. So I know, I said, there's some fire up in this chat. Girl, there's some fire. Who else is a fire? I knew there was some fire up in here. I said, you ignited something out of me. Girl, I'm talking with my whole entire chest. She said, I'm an Aries. Come on, Emma. Listen, I say I be doing this. Don't let this fool you. Love Leo signs. Girl, I love us too. Girl, I know what I be talking about. Girl, listen. No, but it's necessary. And I'm glad that you are awakening in your fire. Like I said, look, sacred sexuality came out, and even what was it? The heart's wisdom, all this fire energy is coming out. And that's why with Aries energy, though, see, this is the thing, Emma, because now we're going to get into it. Because even with Aries energy, we have to be mindful of what Aries energy is. Aries is the baby, of the zodiac signs, right? But they say they're the baby because what does the Aries have to do? The Aries have to fall down. The Aries have to bump their heads a few times, a lot of times. Let me say that. The Aries have to just do. Is not thinking. Aries don't fucking think. Okay? Listen, don't take it personally, but let's be honest. Y'all don't think. It's more so doing. It's taking action. Once you feel lit up, you need to just do. That's what an Aries does. And that's why Aries has to gain their wisdom by bumping their heads a few times. That's why they call it the baby of the zodiac sign. Because a baby has to fall down, has to bump his head, has to cry, has to do all of these things. And then it starts learning how to walk. It starts learning how to crawl. Then it starts learning how to walk. Oh, but in order to learn how to walk, the baby had to fall down, right? Right? I know you mean head first. Exactly. Head first. You got to jump head first. It's too much talking. It's too much relying on overthinking and stuff, overanalyzing. No, Aries just does. It just goes head first. That's it. So it's like when you find yourself overthinking and over contemplating, that's how you know you're not in alignment. Because as soon as something sparks something in you and you're like, oh, I'm excited, I want to do it. You don't think that is your intuition literally guiding you. People think that it's like reckless behavior. No, that is your intuition guiding you to saying like, oh, this lights my fire. I need to follow that. Yes, because it is supposed to do that. It's supposed to do that. I just do and go. And as you should. As you should. And once you do it, you just do and go, then you see what the consequences is. And then you won't make that same mistake again, if it is. But you have to learn that lesson by just doing and going. But now in this situation where you're in an environment that doesn't serve you anymore, now when the next opportunity comes in, it's time for you to like, okay, if something speaks to your soul and it ignites a fire within you, it's time for you to just do and go. It's time for you to just do and go. Don't overthink it. Just do and go. Okay? Because that's what's necessary. And I'm going to do the soul are coming up. That's why all of these things are falling down. They have to. So let's see. I'm giving you a free reading today, Emma. Tell your friends. Okay? I actually do offer readings. And I'm going to definitely start putting it. Okay, I'm back. Okay. All right. That's good. Period. Yeah, I got Xfinity, girl. It be doing too much. But yes, I'm gonna give you a free reading today. But tell a friend or two, because I do offer readings, and I'll have everything in my link and bio. Or I don't even know. This is my first time on live, child. But yes, I do readings. I do general readings. I do career readings, astrology, charts. I can tell me your big three, whatever you need to know. And it's at an affordable price as well. But like I said, tell a friend or two, share the live, like the live. But yeah, let's see what Emma needs to know at this time. Ooh, come on. Ooh. Emma. Whew, girl. Okay. Oh, thank you. Definitely need it. I really appreciate it. Of course. Okay. Emma, there was a lot. Hold on, girly. I feel like I just want to stretch, girl. It was just a lot of energy. And this is the reason why. Okay. So the very first card that came out was pride. And here's the thing. We can think of pride and we could be like, oh, that's a bad thing. You know how I was talking about confidence? Having the confidence to step into your being, right? Step into having the pride, because we need pride. Pride tells us who we are, right? Who we are in this society. Right? So even pride, say for example, you went to school and you went through years and years of school to become a doctor. Of course, you're going to have pride to know what the fuck you're doing. right? We need that, right? So that having that sense of pride to step into your being, not allow anybody to gaslight you into believing that you're different. So right now, like I said, as you awaken into your being, having that sense of pride, because that is fire energy, right? It's stepping into your confidence and that pride. And it says, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. There is no such thing as separation, right? Because even as you see everybody around you and you see how everybody's acting differently, the reason why they're acting differently is because, the reason why they're acting differently is simply because they haven't met themselves as deeply as you met yourself. They don't even know thyself. So somebody that is walking authentically in their being, they're going to be triggered, but they can be reflecting back at you parts of yourself that you haven't even accepted, right? So it's like always looking at yourself and being like, why is this person acting this way? Not everybody is you, because sometimes you can be stuck in that of like thinking everybody is of you. No, because there's different qualities that we do have. But certain people reflect back to us parts of ourselves that we have neglected, that we have abandoned, that we have not step fully into ourselves. And this could be divine feminine. Maybe you've been always in your masculine energy, because even with Aries energy, that fire gives masculine energy, right? Overly masculine energy, or wounded divine masculine energy, where you have to survive, right? And so it's like feminine energy, especially if there's a lot of women around you that is feeling how they feeling, right? It's like looking at your divine feminine part of you, right? The feminine side of you, right? Stepping fully into your divine feminine. But not only that, this one came out as well, envy. And so, like I said, you talked about being in an environment that it's not you don't like the environment that you're at. Yeah, because all of this energy is around you, right? That envious energy of like you see a lot of projections, a lot of people around you that are projecting their insecurities onto you, right? But here's the thing, is being mindful of saying like, yes, they might envy you, but really it's really because they are unhealed. They haven't loved themselves fully. So as you, like I said, with that pride, as you start growing more in your pride and your confidence and your self-worth, these people that surround you, allow them to be who they are. You can't change their mind because they don't love themselves. And people that don't love themselves, what do? They envy other people instead of going within themselves and start loving themselves. So when envy come up, it says, I'm the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Yes, because a lot of people, they be envious of our lives and they haven't even lived all the challenges that we've been through. How does that work? OMG, yes, envy me over nothing. Notice women copying how I dress my hair. Weird. You see? You see? Yes. But here's the thing, because here's the thing. When it comes to people who have that influencing energy, because I do as well. Like I have that influence kind of energy, right? And people are envious of that. They can be envious of your charisma. Because I know even with me, how you talk to people, how easy it is for you to talk to people, how easy it is for you to make friends. Like you said, the way that you do your hair, the way that you dress up, they're envious of it. But even I had to say this to myself, and I was just like, you know what? Because even when that pops up in my head, I'm like, envy. And I'm like, what? I don't envy people. It's one of those things where I admire people. It's a call for me to be like, oh my gosh, you inspire me. Why does it have to be jealousy? But when it comes to women, we get taught that, oh, because somebody has something that we don't have, that means that we'll never have that. So we have to envy that person that receives great things. So really it's just a call for you, Emma, to really just protect your energy, protect your space. And like you said, if you feel the energy is off, go where you are appreciated. Go where you don't feel that energy, right? Allow them to feel how they feel, because you can't change their mind, especially if they don't know them thyself. If they don't know thyself. And also guilt came out. So really you might be feeling guilty for having to set boundaries and having to be in your own space. But it's a call for you to not feel guilty. This is about, when it comes to protecting your peace, you have to do whatever is necessary to protect your peace. You're going to be a villain in other people's lives. And you have to be okay with being a villain. This is what I have to tell myself. I have to be okay with being a villain. If God asked me to be this role in this person's life, that's what I have to do. I have to disappoint some people, because then you'll understand that you're not supposed to be people pleasing everybody. Sometimes God is going to call you to say no to somebody. And guess what? By you saying no to somebody, that will make you a villain in that person's story. And you have to be okay with that. This is not, you're not going to have, everybody is not going to like you. So this is unlearning the idea that everybody has to like you, because this is why right now you're going through your spiritual awakening, and Spirit is showing you this is why everybody's not going to like you. Do you think that everybody liked Beyonce? Do you think that everybody liked her when she was coming up? Do you think that everybody liked Michael Jackson? His brothers didn't even like his ass. His daddy didn't like him. So it's like, you have to understand that everybody is not supposed to like you. But as you continue on your journey, guess what? And you make it to where you're going to make it. Now you're going to see the different change of heart. Because one thing you have to understand, people are fickle. They like somebody one day and then they hate somebody the next day. We see that all the time in celebrity culture. The cancel culture. Realizing that now, I love my alone time. Ex keeps messing with me along with family, and let them stay where they at. On dealing with not everyone will like me. Exactly. It's necessary, because sometimes we get caught up on the perception of others, but the perception of others is not our business. You should not care about anybody's perception of you, because the version of you that they created in their mind is none of your business, because that wouldn't be you. They can create a whole fantasy of you, and you can't even measure up to that fantasy, because that's not you. That is not authentically you. So it's being mindful of that. And then also forgiveness. So like I said, if you're harboring resentment and anger, all of these emotions, this is how you free yourself, is by forgiving. Forgiving. You know what they say in the Bible? Forgive them, for they don't know what they do. Yeah. Forgiveness. Because you forgive not for them. Fuck them. You forgive for yourself, for your peace of mind. You know, you have to forgive for your peace of mind. This is how you keep your heart light. Because when you keep your heart light, then this is how you're able to go into other friendships and relationships, not holding all that baggage from all the people that betrayed you and all the people that gaslit you, from all the narcissists that you came across. This is how you're able to walk into a better relationship and a friendship, and even a job opportunity, if that's what you're looking for as well, that you're able to stay in and not self-sabotage. Because guess what? If we're hanging on to all of this resentment and all this anger and all of these emotions, these emotions that we've taken on from other people betraying us, when God blesses you with what God has for you, guess what you're going to do? You're going to be like, this is too good to be true. Let me sabotage it. Say I'm lying. You're going to be like, this is too good to be true. Let me play some games. Let me test this person. Working on true forgiveness and letting it go. Yes. And this is a work in progress. I'm talking to you like I'm talking to myself. This is a work in progress. Because sometimes it is hard to forgive somebody that you still have to see every fucking day. It's easy to forgive when you in your own space and you be like, you know what? I forgive them. But when you still in an environment that you don't want to be in, it's really fucking hard. Trust me, I understand. I live from experience and I speak from experience. So I get it. And it's not going to be an easy journey of forgiveness. But the journey that you're on, Emma, is unconditional love. And with unconditional love, this is how you start to forgive and let that shit go. Because like you say, you feel the blessings are coming in, right? Do you see me moving? Let's see. I already see yes, but I have another one. Hold on. Let me use this one. Because I was going to ask you if you had any questions. And the last card that came out was patience. So it is yes, but it's definitely patience, because this is the last card that I forgot to say. But yes, I definitely see that for you. Let's see. This for Emma moving. What does she need to know about moving? Look what came out, Emma. Then what did you just say? Let go. Didn't you just say that? Let go. You are moving. Have patience, but know that that you are moving. You are moving. I'm getting months. I don't want to say specifically, but you are definitely moving soon. But it's like having patience, because I know with fire energy, we can be like, I don't know what to do with all this fire, but you are definitely moving. And even with patience, it says, I accept that everything happens in divine order. So even with divine order, I don't know why I'm getting, it's 2 months, 2 months. We're just waiting that span of like 2 months. Yeah, because I'm even with two people on and two, like even if you see two, yeah. So in the span of like, I don't know why 2 months is coming up, but I feel like in a sense of like 2 months, you will feel that and you'll be like, oh shit, this is what, like, this is my next opportunity or whatever the case. I'm just getting 2 months, but that's all I'm getting. That's all I'm getting right now. But I'm seeing is patience, because even when we say months, we're like, oh damn, that's a long time. I can feel that you already like, dang, 2 months. Why it can't be 2 weeks? No, like it takes time. You have to, yeah, oh, thank goodness. So tired of here crying, just need change. Yes. And that's the thing with change. You would definitely be uncomfortable. But the thing is like uncomfortability is how this shit will like it that's how it will make you want it even more. Because say, for example, you were comfortable, you will be staying there. We wouldn't be having this conversation. Yeah, we would not be having this conversation right now. And also, I'm getting health as well. Health was at the bottom. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. So that came up again. So even with now, what you can focus on is pouring into yourself, like nurturing thyself. So that's physically, spiritually, all of those things. Ooh, excuse me, confirmation. Yes. Nurturing thyself, focusing on what you can control. Right? Because right now we can focus on everything outside of us, but what we can't control is nurturing our vessel. Told God will give up so much for a brand new start. I'm working on my health, my glow up. Yes, as you should. Yes, and continue doing that, Emma. Because as you continue doing that, guess what? And look, yes. And this just fell out. I didn't even know. I thought I put it up. So some more cards came out. It says, listen to your intuition because you will know exactly what is for you. And then it says, yes. Yes, listen to your intuition. Yes, Emma. But come on with the free read, girl. Come on now. I like this. This is really good. I think I think you got everything that you needed to know. That's what I'm hearing. But if you have any questions, do you have any questions? Like, do you need to know anything else? Feel free to like, share the live to somebody, because I will definitely be offering readings. Future readings. And like I said, general readings will only be like general readings. This is when for a general reading, I will know your chart and I will know everything. Like say, for example, it can be your life path, whatever the case may be, whatever the focus. So it can be your sun, moon, rising, and also I go through so much. I have so much wisdom. I know it sounds silly, but is God proud of me? Of course, Emma. And it doesn't sound silly. Sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need that reminder that we are doing the best that we can, and what we are doing is enough. Like, we have to understand, because this is how you manifest the need to come across your screen. It's to remind you that God is proud of you and God loves you. Society taught us to believe that we have to constantly produce and like earn love and earn like validation through to our own detriment. But here's the thing. No, you are loved by just being you. Okay, really want to make him proud. You know how you can make God proud? By making you proud. That's it. We always think that we have to do all of these things outside of us in order to like make God, somebody outside of us proud. But we have to understand that God just wants us to be authentically ourselves. And I don't put God in a box. I don't say, oh, if you don't read the Bible, God is not proud of you. If you don't do this, and that. No, I don't put God in a box. That's what you will know about me. Okay, God is love. And love, you can see love within everything around you, all of you, all around you, and everything and everyone. God is everything, everywhere, all at once. I love that movie, by the way. But yes, like, so it's one of those things where that's how you can make God proud, by making you proud. It's time, Emma. Do it for you. It's time to pour into you and it be okay. You can be selfish and not feel guilty for being selfish. It's time for you to love on you. Because if you don't love on you, who gonna love on you? You have to love on you first. We can't expect love from other people if we're not giving it to ourselves. It's time. So yeah, thank you so much for this. I needed this. Of course. Oh, I'm so glad, Emma. I'm so glad. Definitely. This is the first live that I ever been on. So I do plan on doing more lives. So I will definitely come on here more. Usually I'm on TikTok. So I'm trying to see. I don't know. I'll be utilizing multiple platforms. So this is the first time me being on So Where You just popped up. Yes, I did. But that's the thing. There's no such thing as a coincidence. I popped up because Spirit was, you called me, girl. You called me. Okay. Spirit was like, you gonna be needed right now. So yeah, and this is the first time me being on live. I don't ever see other people's live videos or anything like that pop up on my feed. So I said, is this gonna work? And then here I am. But I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I was able to uplift you and empower you. And remember, I got one more thing. Hold on. Because I had this affirmation. I just saw it and caught my eye. It said affirmations for a badass. I have to pull this real quick to end off. This will be the ending of it. And I might keep this. Let's see. Congratulations. I'm glad to be here with you. Oh, thank you so much, Emma. I'm glad you're here with me. Because I don't like talking to myself. I do like talking to myself, but when I'm on camera, I'm like, let me have a conversation with somebody, Our first, period. And we both in the same situation, aren't we? Ready to get up on out of here. So I'm glad. I'll be so grateful if you follow me along my journey as I follow you along your journey, because I would love to hear the update 2 months from now and see what's going on, because baby change is here. Let's end off with this affirmation for a badass. Definitely. Yes, I'm excited. All right. Ooh. Anything else? Oh, so we got, that's a lot. Okay. On the bottom. Okay, it says, you've got the energy of a storm and the focus of a sniper. Remember who you are, Emma. I don't know. It's hard to see. But yes, you got the energy of a storm and the focus of a sniper. You know how powerful you are, girl? Whatever you put your mind to, you can accomplish. You can manifest. Stop playing. I don't need permission to be my best self. Come on, these are affirmations. This is something that if you need to write down, I don't know. I don't need permission to be my best self. You asking God, you asking everybody around you. No, you don't need permission. You are doing your best. You are doing amazing. Whoever is trying to bring you down is already below you. Like crabs in a barrel. What do? Exactly. And keep them where they at. What else? You will crush today just like you always do. Remember that. You will crush any day. Set that intention. And then what else? So many cards came out. I didn't wake up to be average. I woke up to be awesome. Exactly. Because you're not an average gal, Emma. Remember that. You woke up to be awesome. You came down here on earth to be awesome. That's Aries energy. Like fire. Not everybody can handle that. And last but not least, you deserve every win coming your way. That was beautiful to end it off. You deserve every win coming your way. Oh my gosh, Emma, I'm giving you a virtual hug. Thank you so much for joining my live. You have any questions? Because I will definitely get back on here. We'll see. I'll see how often I'll get on here. But yes, that was beautiful. And spread the word to whoever might need more guidance. If anybody is interested in tarot, affirmations, whatever the case may be, all my information will be on my YouTube. here, obviously. So yeah, if you want to book a reading with me in the future, all the details will be there. But yes, Emma, if you don't have any other questions, I pray you have a great, magical rest of your day, week, months to come. Okay. So grateful for this reading. Was feeling a little off, but better now. Oh my goodness. Yes, we'll definitely. I type slow. It's okay. You're good. You're good. Trust me, you're fine. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Emma. I'm sending so much love your way, and I'm excited to when you finally move out. We'll celebrate together, okay? But peace and love. See you later. Yay!